Assistant Superintendent of Police Mohammed Kirumira has just had his youngest baby boy born while he was in prison, a painful fact and memory that he can never change. But as a man of uniform, he did the most honorable thing he could in the circumstances, naming a baby after a fallen officer he respected and admired most. New Vision TV explains why Afande Kaweesi was so special to Kirumira. When a baby boy was born to Mariam Kirumira in Rubaga Hospital on Tuesday, February 20th, his father was around to share the immediate joy. Assistant Superintendent of Police Mohammed Kirumira was incarcerated in the Special Detention Facility of Nalfenya on River Nile. Kirumira is facing several cases of indiscipline before the Police Disciplinary Committee. Kirumira's anxiety must have been heightened by the news that his heavily pregnant wife was assaulted by thugs on the 2nd of his arrest, and she tried to go and see him at Railway Police Post, and the thugs reportedly were explicit about their mission to force an abortion of what they called another small Kirumira to cause them headache. But Kirumira had contact with his father, Haj Kawoya, whom he gave a strange message: name my son after Afande Felix Kaweesi. Now in Chiganda custom, Kirumira is from Engeye, the Columbus Monkey clan, while Kaweesi was from Ente, the Kato clan. However, Kirumira's father are practicing Muslims, while the late Andrew Felix Kaweesi was a devotee Catholic, who even took the first reading in the High Mass celebrated by Pope Francis at Namugongo when he visited Uganda. How could Kirumira then choose to give his baby names from a different clan and different religion? Well, it transpires that Kirumira was a protege of the fallen Assistant Inspector General of Police, Andrew Felix Kaweesi, who had spotted a potential crime buster in him. Kaweesi was the first commandant of the newly created Kampala Metropolitan Police, the super unit that covers all the capital city up to Mukono, Mpigi, and Entebbe, with more than a quarter of Uganda's population. Before that, Kaweesi had been commandant of the police training school in Masindi, and if anybody knew individual officers in the rapidly expanding police force, it was Kaweesi. He proceeded to deploy different officers in the stations most suitable for their competencies. To the troublesome, fast-growing townships of Nansana, he deployed Mohammed Kirumira, who at the rank of assistant inspector was quite junior compared to hundreds of assistant superintendents who were passing out of Masindi. Kirumira did an impressive job busting Nansana's criminal gangs, and Kaweesi was happy. But some people were not. Before he knew it, Kirumira was called up to face the police disciplinary committee on a number of charges, which insisted and still insists were fabricated by corrupt senior officers who were linked to the criminal gangs he had busted. When Kirumira seemed headed for the worst, Kaweesi moved to have him sent for a commandant course. Kaweesi explained that Kirumira was a very dedicated and enthusiastic officer who needed polishing on the management front. After the course, Kirumira was promoted to assistant superintendent, skipping the rank of assistant inspector. His godfather Kaweesi had risen to become director of operations of the entire force and later director of human resource development. Kirumira had all reason to feel safe. He was in fact deployed to take charge of Old Kampala, a critical police division of Kampala capital city that covers the most densely populated and busiest markets of the country, and of course, the worst criminals. Kirumira got to work and started cracking down on the criminal gangs, including those connected to the rather sensitive Boda Boda 2010 organization. Kirumira already had developed his habit of being very active on social media, where he is known as Moyo Gwagwanga, meaning the nationalist. He would maintain a big fan base and also invite people to collect their stolen items recovered from thugs. It is not usual for officers to be so active on social media, but Kirumira had a very senior godfather and had since become the overall spokesman of the force, Afande Kaweesi. But somewhere along the way, Kaweesi was assassinated. Somewhere along the way, Kirumira was transferred from Old Kampala to the rural Buyende. Then a month or so ago, the charges he thought had ended with being sent for 4 years earlier and getting accelerated promotion resurfaced. Obviously, Kirumira believes this wouldn't be happening if Kaweesi was still alive. It is obvious Kirumira has never got over Kaweesi's sudden demise. But will his naming his son after Kaweesi help him get over it or move on?
He was well.